The dragon everyone avoided. The city of Karen was loud, bright, and full of life. Ships flew above tall towers. Aliens of many kinds walked the streets. Voices mixed together like noise in a market that never slept. But near the edge of the city, behind old metal buildings, there was a small park that no one used anymore. That park belonged to the dragon girl. She was small for her age, with soft blue scales and a thin tail that dragged on the ground when she walked. Her wings were folded tight against her back, as if she was afraid to open them. Her eyes glowed faintly, not bright like other dragons, but deep and quiet like hidden fire. Every day, she sat alone on the broken stone bench in that park. Other dragon children played far away, near the towers where guards stood and lights shined. They laughed, raced, and breathed small sparks of fire for fun. But none of them came close to her. They were told not to. She is unstable, the adults said. Her fire is wrong, the elders whispered. She is dangerous, the guards warned. The dragon girl did not know why they said these things. She only knew that when she was younger, her fire once burned too hot. It cracked the ground. It scared everyone. After that day, the smiles stopped. The play stopped. The talking stopped. So she learned to be quiet. She learned to sit still. She learned to watch. From her bench, she watched other children play. She watched them fall and laugh. She watched them get picked up by parents who smiled and hugged them. Sometimes her claws dug into the stone without her noticing. Sometimes a tiny flame slipped from her fingers, and she quickly hid her hands, afraid someone would see. She did not cry. Dragons were taught not to cry. High above the park, hidden behind the shadows of buildings, small cameras moved slowly. They followed every move she made. Guards in dark armor watched screens and whispered into devices. "Target is calm," one guard said. "Keep distance," another replied. "No contact." The dragon girl did not know she was being watched. She only felt lonely. Then, one day, something different happened. A small human child entered the park. Humans were rare in Karen. They were smaller than most species and had no claws, no scales, no fire. Many aliens thought humans were weak. Some thought they were strange. Dragons usually ignored them. The human child walked slowly, looking around with curious eyes. He kicked a small stone and laughed when it bounced. He was holding a simple toy in his hand, old and scratched. The guards noticed him at once. "A human child is approaching," one said sharply. "Keep him away," another ordered. But the child did not stop. The dragon girl noticed him when his shadow crossed the ground near her feet. Her body froze. Her tail stiffened. Her heart beat faster. Humans did not come near dragons, especially not her. She stood up quickly, wings twitching, ready to run. The human stopped a few steps away. He looked at her, not with fear, not with anger, but with open curiosity. "Hi," he said. The word hit her harder than any shout. No one had spoken to her like that in a long time. She did not answer. Her throat felt tight. A small flame flickered near her hand before she could stop it. She pulled her arm close, afraid he would scream or run. But the human did not move. Instead, he sat down on the ground. The guards panicked. "Why is he sitting?" one asked. "Is he crazy?" another said. The human placed his toy between them, pushing it gently across the ground. "My name is Eli," he said simply. "I come here because it's quiet." The dragon girl stared at the toy. It was simple, broken in places, but clean. No trap, no weapon. Eli looked up at her again and smiled. "Do you like to play?" The park went silent. The dragon girl's mind went blank. Play? No one had asked her that before. Ever. Her claws trembled. Her fire reacted to her feelings, glowing softly under her scales. Sensors across the city spiked. Energy rising, a guard shouted. "Containment teams ready," another ordered. The dragon girl took one slow step forward. The ground did not crack. The air did not burn. Eli stayed where he was, still smiling, still calm. She looked at his face and saw no fear. For the first time in her life, someone was not afraid of her. Her lips parted slightly, as if she wanted to speak, but no sound came out. High above, an alarm light turned red. "Notify the Dragon Council," a commander said. "Something is happening." In the broken park under a quiet sky, A lonely dragon girl stood before a human child who had just asked a simple question, and the galaxy was about to feel the answer. When the city held its breath, the dragon girl did not answer the human child. She stood still, like the world had frozen around her. The broken park felt small now. The air felt heavy. Even the distant noise of the city seemed to fade. Eli waited. He did not move closer. He did not speak again. He just sat there, hands resting on the ground, his toy between them. He looked calm, like nothing dangerous was happening. But something dangerous was happening. Inside the dragon girl's chest, her fire reacted. It was not angry fire. It was not wildfire. It was confused fire. A soft glow moved under her blue scales, slow and steady, like a heart learning how to beat again. Her claws shook, not from rage, from fear of hope. She had learned long ago that hope always left. High above, alarms spread through the city. Energy reading is rising, a technician said. Not explosive, another replied, confused. It's stable. That's impossible, a dragon scientist whispered. Her power has never been stable. Guards rushed to their stations. Weapons powered on. Shields formed around nearby buildings. The order was clear, protect the city. But no one knew how to protect it from something they did not understand. Back in the park, the dragon girl took a slow breath. Then another. She looked down at the toy again. It was small, simple, useless for fighting. It did not shine. It did not glow. It was just kind. Her tail moved slightly. Eli noticed. His eyes widened, but not in fear. Do you want to try? He asked gently, pushing the toy a little closer. The dragon girl's fire flickered. A single spark slipped from her fingers. The guards reacted instantly. She's going to lose control. Containment now. Weapons locked onto the park. But the spark did not burn. It touched the toy and faded. The city systems went silent. Every sensor froze. For the first time in recorded dragon history, raw dragon fire had calmed itself. The dragon girl stared at her own hand, shocked. She slowly reached forward and touched the toy with one claw. Nothing broke. Nothing burned. Eli smiled wide. You're really good at that, he said. Those words hit her harder than any warning ever had. Good. No one had ever called her good. Her throat tightened. A strange pressure filled her eyes. She did not know what it was. Dragons were never taught this feeling. Above them, dragon elders watched in disbelief. This is wrong, one said. She should be unstable. Another elder leaned forward, eyes sharp. No, this is something new. She's sinking, a scientist whispered. With the human. The word spread fast. Sinking, a forbidden theory. Long rejected. Dragons were power. Humans were emotion. They were never meant to mix. In the park, the dragon girl finally spoke. Her voice was small, broken from disuse. Yes, the word barely left her mouth. But the ground felt it. The sky felt it. The city felt it. Yes, she said again, stronger. Eli blinked. Yes. She nodded slowly. Yes, play. Eli laughed. A light, happy sound that echoed through the empty park. He rolled the toy toward her. The dragon girl hesitated, then pushed it back with her claw. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the air changed. The glow under her scales softened. The fire inside her stopped fighting itself. It moved smoothly, like it finally knew where it belonged. City systems began failing. Not exploding. Failing. Power levels dropping across Sector 7. An officer shouted. Her energy is absorbing surrounding output, another said. She's stabilizing the grid, a technician said in disbelief. No dragon had ever done that. The elders looked at each other. This cannot continue, one said. If others see this, it's already too late, another replied. In the park, other children had stopped at the edge. They watched from far away, afraid but curious. A dragon child whispered, she's smiling. And she was. Just a little. Then the warning came. A deep signal rang through the city. Priority order activated. Guards moved fast. Remove the human child. A commander ordered. Immediately. But sir, now. Eli stood up as guards approached from all sides. The dragon girl sensed it before she saw it. Her smile faded. Her fire reacted instantly. The ground beneath her feet cracked. The sky darkened. She stepped forward, wings slowly opening for the first time. And in that moment, every dragon watching understood something terrifying. This was not a dangerous dragon child. This was a lonely one, and they were about to take away the only thing that made her calm. The day her fire chose a side. The guards moved fast. Too fast. They surrounded the human child from all sides, weapons glowing with blue light. Their boots hit the ground in perfect rhythm, trained for war, not for children. Eli looked around, confused. "Did I do something wrong?" he asked. No one answered him. The dragon girl felt it before she understood it. A sharp pain cut through her chest, not physical, but deep, like something important was being pulled away. Her fire reacted instantly. The calm glow under her scales twisted into something tight and angry. Her wings opened wider. The ground cracked again. "Step back," a guard shouted, aiming his weapon at her. She did not hear him. Her eyes were locked on Eli. Two guards grabbed the human child by the arms. "Wait," Eli said, panic entering his voice. "She's my friend." That word, friend. Something inside the dragon girl broke. A wave of heat rushed outward. Not wildfire, not explosion. Pressure, heavy and crushing, like the air itself had turned solid. Guards were pushed back. Weapons flickered. Shields struggled to stay online. "Containment failing," someone yelled. The dragon girl took a step forward. Every screen in the city flashed red. "Energy spike detected," scientists shouted. "But it's not random," another said. "It's focused. Focused on one thing." "Eli, release the child," an elder's voice ordered through the city channel. "It's too late," the commander replied. "She's already reacting." The guards tightened their grip on Eli. That was the mistake. The dragon girl let out a sound no one had ever heard from a child dragon. It was not a roar. It was a cry. The sky darkened as clouds formed out of nothing. Wind slammed into buildings. Lights across the city went out one by one. She spread her wings fully. For the first time, everyone saw the markings under her scales. Old markings. Royal markings. "That's not possible," an elder whispered. "Those symbols, they belong to—" The ground shook harder. Eli felt the heat rise around him, but it did not burn. "Please," he shouted toward her. "It's okay. I'm here." His voice cut through the chaos. Her fire paused, just for a second, enough for the guards to hesitate. "Stand down," one guard whispered. "She's listening to him." But the order came anyway. "Remove the human." Now, they pulled Eli away. The dragon girl screamed. This time it was a roar. Fire exploded into the sky. Not red, not orange, but white. Pure. Controlled. Every weapon in the park shut down instantly. Every shield collapsed. Dragons across the city dropped to one knee without knowing why. "She's not losing control," a scientist said in shock. "She's commanding it." The dragon girl flew. Not fast, not wild. Straight toward the guards. She landed between them and Eli. Fire wrapped around her like armor, but did not touch him. Her eyes locked onto the commander. "Stop," she said. One word. The air froze. The commander tried to speak, but no sound came out. His armor powered down completely. He fell to his knees. Eli ran forward without thinking. He hugged her leg. "It's okay," he said softly. "I'm not leaving." The fire around her faded slightly, but the damage was done. The city had seen. The elders had seen. The truth was clear now. This dragon child was not dangerous. She was linked to a human, a forbidden bond. "This changes everything," an elder said. "No," another replied. "This threatens everything." Above the city, long-range sensors activated. Signals were sent beyond the system. Other empires noticed the spike. Other powers began to listen. In the park, the dragon girl lowered her wings slowly. She looked down at Eli. Her voice was quiet, but strong. "Don't go." Eli smiled, even with tears in his eyes. "I won't." High above them, the Dragon Council made a decision that would shape the future of the galaxy. One order. Simple. Cold. Separate them before it's too late. And far away, something ancient stirred, sensing the rise of a bond that was never meant to exist. The night the city fell silent. They did not take the human child in daylight. They waited for the night. The city of Karen dimmed its lights as artificial darkness spread across the towers. Most citizens were ordered indoors. Streets emptied. Guards moved quietly, without alarms, without warning. The dragon girl felt it in her sleep. Her fire shifted. It always did when danger came close. She opened her eyes and sat up. The small room given to her was cold and quiet. The walls were made of heavy alloy, built to hold dragons, not comfort them. Eli was sleeping nearby, curled on a small bed. His face was calm. He trusted this place. That trust hurt her. A low vibration passed through the floor. Her wings twitched. Something was wrong. Outside, armored units surrounded the building. Weapons were powered low, silent but ready. Orders flashed across their visors. Operation Severance. Active. Move, the commander whispered. No mistakes. Inside the room, the door slid open without sound. The dragon girl stood instantly, placing herself between the door and Eli. Fire crept under her scales, soft but alert. 3 guards stepped in. One raised a hand slowly. Easy. This is for everyone's safety. She stared at him, eyes glowing brighter. Eli woke up. What's happening? He asked, sitting up. No one answered him. 2 guards moved toward the bed. No, the dragon girl said. Her voice was low. Dangerous. The floor cracked beneath her claws. This is not a request, the commander said through the channel. Take the human. The guards grabbed Eli. He struggled. Wait, don't take me away. The dragon girl roared. Not loud, deep. The room shook. Walls bent inward. Alarms screamed through the building as systems failed all at once. Containment breach, someone shouted. Fire burst from her wings, wrapping around the guards but stopping just short of burning them. She was holding back. For him, Eli reached toward her. It's okay. I'll be back. Those words did not calm her. They broke her. The guards dragged Eli through the door as it slammed shut behind them. The dragon girl stood frozen for 1 second. Then her fire exploded. Across the city, power grids failed. Towers went dark. Sky traffic fell from the air, emergency systems barely saving them from crashing. She's destabilizing the entire sector, a scientist yelled. No, another replied in horror. She's not attacking. She's searching. The dragon girl burst through the walls of the building like they were paper. She rose into the sky, wings spread wide, fire lighting the clouds from below. Her roar echoed across Karen. Every dragon heard it. Old dragons, young dragons, sleeping dragons. They felt it in their bones. A royal call. That signal, an elder whispered. Only one bloodline can do that. But that line ended centuries ago. No, another said slowly. It didn't. In a deep underground facility, Eli was locked inside a white room. No bars, no chains, just fields of energy he could not cross. A dragon scientist watched him through the glass. Why does she care about you? He asked quietly. Eli looked up, scared but honest. Because I asked her to play. The scientist's hands trembled. Above ground, the dragon girl hovered over the city center. Fire circled her like a crown. Her scales began to change color. Blue faded into deep silver. Ancient symbols burned bright along her wings. Guards dropped their weapons. Dragons bowed without thinking. She's awakening, someone whispered. The Dragon Council watched in silence. If she fully awakens, one elder said, we will lose control forever. Another elder clenched his claws. Then we must decide now, he said. Kill the bond, or accept what she is becoming. The dragon girl turned her head toward the underground facility. She felt him, alive, afraid, taken. Her eyes burned white, and she flew, straight down, through steel, through stone, toward the human child who had taught her the meaning of play. And far beyond the city, ancient watchers opened their eyes, smiling for the first time in 1,000 years. Because the Dragon Queen was waking up. The truth humans never told the galaxy. The underground facility shook, not from an attack, from fear. Walls trembled as deep energy waves passed through the stone. Lights flickered, then failed. Emergency systems screamed to life, but could not keep up. She's coming straight down, a technician shouted. She's not slowing. Seal all levels, the commander ordered. If she reaches the core, the city is lost. But deep inside the facility, Eli felt calm. He sat on the white floor of the containment room, hands resting on his knees. The energy field hummed around him, but did not scare him anymore. He felt her, closer. Every second, a dragon scientist stood behind the glass, eyes wide. You should be afraid, the scientist said quietly. Eli shook his head. She's not going to hurt me. The scientist swallowed. That's not what I mean. Above them, the dragon girl tore through the earth like a falling star. Steel melted. Stone cracked. Fire did not burn randomly. It moved with purpose, opening a path straight toward him. She's controlling her descent, an elder said in shock. No child dragon can do that. She is no longer a child, another replied. As she moved deeper, her memories shifted. She remembered being alone. She remembered being feared. She remembered the first time someone smiled at her. Her fire answered those memories, not with rage, with clarity. The deeper she went, the stronger she became. In the council chamber, elders argued in rising voices. This is why humans should never have been allowed near her. No, another snapped. This is why we never understood them. A third elder stood silent, watching ancient data scroll across a hidden screen. His eyes widened. Stop, he said. The others turned. What did you find? One asked. The elder's voice was slow, heavy. The human child is not ordinary. Deep underground, alarms screamed. Energy spike inside the containment room, a guard shouted. The field around Eli flickered. Not because she was breaking it, because he was changing it. The scientist stepped back in fear. What are you? He whispered. Eli looked at his hands. They were glowing faintly. I don't know, he said honestly, but my people told me not to be afraid. The truth surfaced at last. Humans were not weak. They were adapters. They did not fight power. They connected to it. They calmed it. They gave it direction. That was why humans survived everywhere. That was why no one ever truly defeated them. And that was why the dragon girl's fire listened to him. She didn't choose him, the elder whispered in horror. The bond chose both of them. The dragon girl reached the final barrier. One wall, one door, between her and Eli. She stopped. For the first time since awakening, she hesitated. Because she felt something new. If she broke this wall the wrong way, he could be hurt. She closed her eyes. Her fire changed again. It cooled, condensed, focused into a thin line of white light. She touched the wall. It opened like a flower. Inside, Eli stood up. Their eyes met. The world went quiet. No alarms. No shouting. No fear. Only understanding. I knew you'd come, Eli said softly. Her wings lowered. Her fire faded. She stepped forward slowly and knelt in front of him, lowering her head, a gesture no dragon ever made to a human. Across the city, every dragon felt it. She had made her choice. The council watched in silence. One elder whispered, if this becomes public, the galaxy will never be the same. Before anyone could respond, long-range sensor screamed. Multiple signals. Not one, not two. An entire fleet had just arrived at the edge of the system. An ancient empire, drawn by the awakening. They're afraid, a commander said. And afraid empires don't negotiate. Eli took the dragon girl's claw gently. She looked up at the stars above the broken ceiling. Her fire flared once more. This time, not as a weapon, but as a warning. Because the galaxy was about to learn one final truth. You never separate a dragon from the human who taught her how to be gentle. When the galaxy learned to be afraid, the sky above Karen burned. Not from fire, from engines. Massive ships tore through space and locked into position around the planet. Their hulls were dark, ancient, and marked with symbols older than the Dragon Council itself. Every sensor screamed. Unknown fleet confirmed. A commander shouted. No response to hails. They crossed 3 forbidden borders to get here, another said. They know exactly who she is. In a shattered underground chamber, the dragon girl stood beside Eli. Her wings were folded now, calm but ready. Her fire rested under her scales, waiting. Eli looked up at the ceiling where stars flickered through broken stone. They're here for you, he said. She shook her head slowly. They're here for us. Above ground, the Dragon Council faced panic. We must give her to them, one elder said. If we don't, they will burn this world. Another elder slammed his staff into the floor. And if we do, we lose our future. Screens lit up with an incoming signal. The image formed slowly. A tall figure appeared, covered in dark armor. Its eyes glowed red. This world shelters the awakened one, the figure said. Hand her over. Now. Silence filled the chamber. She is under our protection, an elder replied carefully. The figure laughed. You do not protect her, it said. You fear her. The transmission cut. Outside, the fleet began charging weapons. Eli felt the fear ripple through the city. Humans, dragons, aliens, all hiding, all waiting. He took a step forward. Let me talk to them, he said. The elders turned sharply. Absolutely not, one shouted. You are a child. Eli looked at the dragon girl. She studied him closely. Then she nodded, because she felt it too. This was not her fight alone. Eli stepped onto a broken platform high above the city. Wind pulled at his clothes. Above him, the enemy fleet glowed with growing power. He opened a channel. This is Eli, he said simply. We are not your enemy. For a moment, nothing happened. Then every weapon in the fleet locked onto him. A dragon commander gasped. They're targeting the human. The enemy leader's voice returned. You are the anomaly, it said. You stabilize her. That cannot be allowed. Eli swallowed, but his voice stayed steady. She doesn't need to be controlled, he said. She needs to be understood. The fleet fired. Not at the city. At him. The dragon girl moved instantly. She wrapped herself around Eli, wings shielding him as white fire erupted outward. The blast froze mid-air, suspended like time itself. The entire galaxy felt it. This is impossible, the enemy leader whispered. The dragon girl rose into the sky, carrying Eli in her claws. Her wings spread wide, filling the clouds. Symbols across her body burned brighter than ever. She spoke, not loudly, but every ship heard her. He is mine, she said, and I am done being afraid. The suspended blast reversed direction, straight back toward the fleet. Ships screamed as systems failed, weapons dying without impact. Entire cruisers went dark and drifted powerless. Panic spread. Retreat, the enemy leader ordered. But it was too late. The dragon girl did not chase. She did not destroy. She simply stood there. And that was enough. The fleet jumped away in chaos, leaving the sky silent once more. Slowly, the dragon girl descended and placed Eli back on the platform. Her fire faded to a gentle glow. Across Karen, citizens emerged from hiding. Dragons bowed. Humans stared in awe. The council elders looked at each other, shaken. We can never cage her again, one said. Another nodded slowly. Nor him. Before anyone could speak further, a final alert sounded. Not hostile. Different. A new signal. From Earth. A human fleet. Small, but advanced. Their message was short. You touched one of ours. Eli looked up at the dragon girl and smiled slightly. Looks like my people are coming, he said. The dragon girl's eyes narrowed. Because the next battle would not be about fear. It would be about ownership. And the galaxy was not ready to choose a side. The game that changed the galaxy. The human ships arrived without warning. They did not fill the sky. They did not threaten. They simply appeared. Small, clean, calm ships formed a loose line above Karen, keeping distance. No weapons charged. No shields raised. Just presence. The Dragon Council watched in silence. They are not afraid, one elder whispered. No, another replied. They are confident. A message came through all channels at once. Clear. Simple. This is the human union. The child named Eli is under our protection. We request dialogue. No demand. No anger. Just certainty. The dragon girl stood at the highest platform of the city with Eli beside her. Wind moved gently around them. Her wings were relaxed, but ready. Her fire rested quietly, like a sleeping sun. Eli looked up at the ships. They came fast, he said. She nodded. They always do. The elders turned sharply. You knew this. She did not answer, because she did not need to. A new signal interrupted them. From the ancient empire that had fled, their image appeared again, damaged and unstable. This alliance must not exist, the enemy leader hissed. If humans and dragons unite, the balance will shatter. Eli stepped forward. The balance was already broken, he said. You were just used to winning. The silence that followed was heavy. The enemy leader's eyes narrowed. Then we will erase you both. Behind the human fleet, space bent. Something massive moved. Not attacking. Arriving. An ancient dragon vessel, older than the council, older than recorded history, emerged from hidden space. The elders gasped. That ship, one whispered. It only appears for royalty. The dragon girl's scales shimmered. She closed her eyes and remembered everything. Not just this life. All of them. She remembered being hidden as an egg. She remembered being sent away to survive. She remembered loneliness by design. And she remembered why. She opened her eyes. I was never unstable, she said calmly. I was incomplete. The ancient ship spoke. Not in sound. In truth. Queen awakened. Bond confirmed. Across the city, dragons fell to their knees. Not from force. From recognition. The enemy leader screamed in rage. Then burn with him. Weapons powered up. Human ships responded. Not with fear, but formation. Eli felt something change inside him. He was no longer just a child. He never was. Humans adapted. That was their gift. That was their power. He placed his hand on the dragon girl's claw. I'm ready, he said. She looked at him. Not as a weapon. Not as a tool. But as a partner. Then stand with me. They rose together into the sky. Human ships, dragon forces, ancient guardians, all aligned behind them. The enemy fleet fired. And for the first time in history, human and dragon power merged. Not explosion. Not chaos. Harmony. Energy curved. Weapons failed. Systems shut down without destruction. The enemy fleet froze in space, powerless. Their leader watched in disbelief. You should not exist, it whispered. The dragon queen answered softly. We exist because we choose kindness before control. She lifted one wing. The enemy fleet was expelled from the system. Alive, intact, defeated without death. Silence returned. The war ended before it truly began. Days later, the city of Karen rebuilt. Not higher walls. Open spaces. Dragon children played in the park. Human children laughed beside them. No guards watched from shadows anymore. Eli sat on the old stone bench. The same broken one. The dragon queen sat beside him, smaller now, relaxed. Do you remember the first thing you asked me? She asked. Eli smiled. Asked if you wanted to play. She nodded. That game saved my world. He looked around at dragons and humans together. I think it saved more than one. High above, the galaxy adjusted. New laws formed. New alliances began. Not because of fear, but because of a story. A story that spread everywhere. No one ever played with the little dragon girl. Until a human child asked a simple question. And the universe was never the same again.